What's going on, family? It's your man Tay Sway here once again, and of course I'm your host of the We Good podcast. Now a lot of people are asking me, Tay, why did you call it the We Good podcast? Because a lot of vegans, a lot of non-vegans are asking me, and a lot of us who do what we do, or what I do, what about your B12? What about your protein? And my answer to that is, don't worry about us. We good, all right? We good. Don't worry about what we doing over here. We okay, we good. So that's why I called it this, and this is something that I'm gonna be doing just to kind of show you all my perspective. You know, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, all right? And as a matter of fact, the more I learn, the more I realize that I don't know anything. So I just wanna bring you my perspective, how I'm living, how a lot of my clients are living, and what we're doing. And speaking of clients today, I want to talk about online training. I wanna talk about the training industry, like the trainers, because I know I have a lot of trainers who listen to me. I have a lot of nutritionists who listen to me and who follow me, follow my journey, follow what I'm doing. So I want to talk to you all today, and as a matter of fact, talk to those of you who may be looking for a trainer, who have been with a trainer, and maybe help you to understand why they weren't as good as you wanted them to be. Okay, so that's what we're talking about today. Why? Because I've been getting a few trainers that come to me looking for a little advice on how to survive as a trainer or a nutritionist or whatever. And the first thing they focus on is them. Me. And I say, hey, it's about the person. It's about the individual you're serving. Because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Okay? So that's what I want to talk about today. Why? Because once again, I'm getting a lot of crazy stuff coming in from clients, and okay, because I'm getting clients who've been with other trainers and other nutritionists, and I hear some crazy stories. So number one, okay, this is the first question that I want to answer. Number one, what should you be looking for? And I'm talking to my clients now, my people who are going to be clients of someone. What should you be looking for in a trainer? What should you be looking for in a nutritionist? Well, kind of like I just told you, you should be looking for someone who knows their stuff. I am running by so many people who have been with trainers and nutritionists who fed them the same cookie cutter BS. Okay, and I'm not gonna cuss on here, but it's the same cookie cutter stuff, and it doesn't work for everybody. Why? Because some people are insulin resistant. Some people may have, you know, carb sensitivity. Some people may have, a lot of people actually may have thyroid issues. Okay, all of these diets don't work for for each other. There's different approaches. Okay, so I get some people who handle carbs perfectly. I get some people who handle carbs kind of like I do. As soon as we eat them, we blow up. Okay, and this is something that I've had to tell a lot of vegans, especially because they think as long as you're eating plant-based, that you're great, have all the carbs you want, and that is not true. I don't care if you're eating peaches all day. If you are insulin resistant or if you have pre-existing issues, we have a problem, okay? Because the body doesn't really, it cares on, about which source of carbohydrates you're getting, but sometimes it's still gonna do it like you were eating the processed junk, okay? It's gonna store it sometimes, not always. So these are just some of the things that I'm seeing from a lot of the clients, nutritionists. Trust me, I hear some of the names, some of the big names, okay? And I'm not gonna mention anybody, but I've heard what people are doing, and it's not working, okay? It is not working for a lot of people. And, they come to me and I have to fix them, basically. So with that being said, please do your research on your trainer, do your research on your nutritionist, as a matter of fact, they should be teaching already online. That's just how it is. They should be teaching you. Their free content should be so good that you're willing to pay for the free stuff. That way when you go into the program, it's going to be even better. That is some of the things I've been, when people ask me how can I find an online coach or online trainer, that's one of the ways I suggest doing it. Look at their free content. If their free content is BS, if all they're showing you is pictures of their abs and their strong lifts, look how much I can lift, they probably don't know much. Seriously. And what's happening is people don't know this, they are working with a coach. So they look good because of the coach, not because of what they know. So you come into their program based on how they look. You know, oh, he's got abs and he's got some big guns. He must know what he's talking about. Unfortunately, he's paying another coach, all right, to get that body. And then he just gives you what that coach gave him. I trust me, I've seen it a lot. I've seen it a whole lot. So you have to be careful with this, okay? And honestly, I think this is something that people need to hear, whether or not you're looking for a coach or not, okay? Whether you're looking for help or not, you need to hear this stuff, first of all, so you know who even to follow. Who should you be following on Instagram or YouTube? These are some of the things you need to know. Because just because they have abs doesn't mean anything. Okay, just because they look, you know, ladies, you see the other IG booty models, just because they got a nice little booty doesn't mean anything, okay, anything at all. So I want my clients or my potential clients to know, be careful who you give your money to. I'll say that. Look at their free content. If their free content is worth paying for, then you know you might have something. Because 9 times out of 10, whatever the paid content is going to be even better than the free content. So that's kind of how I, you know, that's kind of how I pre-frame a lot of things. Because I've paid for a lot of coaches, not just nutrition, not just fitness. I've paid for, I have a relationship coach that I work with because it helps me to be a better, you know, fiance and husband, future husband. I've hired people to work with my businesses because, of course, you know, I do other things outside of the fitness world. I have different businesses. I wouldn't be able to run those or even formulate them if I didn't hire a coach. So I hired a coach to help me with those things. I've hired coaches to help me with multiple things with my cars. You know, when I have different cars, coach me on what to do. How do I take care of this? How do I, you know, I don't know. How do I use this car? When do I need to go get oil change? You know, so I've purchased plenty of coaching programs or plenty of coaches' time so that I can be better at whatever I'm doing. So that's something that I've always done. Now, here's what I really wanted to really hit home on, because I think it's very important that people hear this, especially my trainers. This is for you now. My trainers, my nutritionists, my holistic practitioners. Pretty much everything I do, this is what I wanted to dump on you all, okay? Now, you should be doing everything you can to serve the client, okay? And in this journey, you're gonna notice that a lot of people can't afford your services. That is just gonna be, that's what it is. A lot of people are not going to be able to afford you. Now, as someone who has been there before, I can vouch for the fact that I still wanted help, okay? I couldn't afford, so my lowest price program, as far as, you know, fitness, you know, nutrition, everything, is $600, okay? Now, if we're talking about traditional trainers, I am very cheap compared to a traditional trainer, because an hour session should cost you 50 to 80 bucks. If you work out twice a week, that's 100 bucks a week. That's 400 bucks a month. You know, you stay in for, you know, for 3 months. You just spent $1,200. So $600 is really good for an 8-week program. However, I still know there's people who can't afford that, and I've been there before. Now, what am I getting at here? I am basically saying that I come out and I give discounts for those people who, you know, make $20,000 a year. I don't care where you live on the planet right now. If you make $20,000 a year, you probably are having a hard time, okay? So I know I have a lot of people who follow me who are making that or less, okay? So 20, 30, maybe even $40,000 a year, or maybe they make more than that and they're mismanaging their money. But most people are making less than 40 grand a year and they need help. They need help with their diabetes. They need help with their insulin resistance. They need help with their cancer, their IBS, their multiple sclerosis, their, you name it, okay? Fibromyalgia, I get it all. Insulin, not insulin resistance, eczema, I get it all, okay? I get probably thousands of DMs a week in my Instagram just of people who are sick and need help. And of course, it hurts me, okay, practitioners, I'm talking to you, it hurts me to shoo them away and say, you know what, well, if you can't afford 600 bucks, you just got to deal with your diabetes, okay? And they're looking for a new place to go, practitioners. They're looking for a place to go because the doctors aren't helping them, because most of them are just writing prescriptions and send them on their way. Guess what? Other naturopathic doctors can't help them. Why? Because a lot of them are still acting on old information. So they're still feeding them a lot of carbohydrates when somebody has insulin resistance and PCOS and, you know, fibroids. They're feeding them a lot of soy. I had somebody come to me the other day who, I don't know what program she's using, but they're feeding her 6 meals of tofu every day. And guess what? Since she's been in that program, she's been on her menstrual cycle. Yes, she has been bleeding for over 3 weeks. Okay, I'm not gonna say any names because I'm confidential with, you know, my clients who I talk to. Guess what? This is something that I get a lot, and people gonna hate me because, of course, you know, oh, what about the studies about tofu? It doesn't affect everybody, but some people cannot handle tofu. Some people cannot handle soy. Some people just can't do it because it will manipulate your hormones. Me being one of those people, my estrogen goes up. I notice I get some issues. Okay, more specifically, down low. Okay, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about. So you got to be careful. Okay, and this is something a lot of people don't want to deal with. So at the end of the day, yes, I cut my programs down sometimes, and it may just be for 24 hours or for 3 days. But I do this so that I can help those people who need the help, who need to, you know, to be coddled and be pushed through their journey. Okay, so I just did that, and a lot of people, you know, we're gonna keep it real here. Okay, some people they got on my back and were like, whoa, wait a minute, you're giving these people deals. I didn't get a deal. What's going on with that? And of course, in my mind, I wanted to say, well, wait a minute, how much money do you make? You are blessed. Why are you hassling me for the, you know, for this deal? But I had to understand because my fiance she's a deal hunter. She's a cheapskate. Okay, and that's why I married her. Well, not the only reason, but I love her for that because we, you know, we bounce off each other. I spend a lot of money. She saves a lot of money. She helps me. I help her. So it's a good thing. So whoever does that, it's not nothing against you. That's okay to be that way. However, what I had to, you know, explain was that there are thousands, maybe even millions of people out there who can't get the service and the help they need. Why? One, they could be mismanaging money. But two, many people are below the poverty line. Many people need help. And guess what? Many people outside of them aren't helping. They're not going to drop their prices to help those people. They're not going to come and say, hey, I'm going to serve you the same way I serve my other clients who pay full price. I'm going to serve you the same way and help you the same way. Nobody's really doing that. Okay, because most people about $1. So when the prices drop, of course, it's just a program. Here's a piece of paper, or here's a login code. Go there, leave me alone. Okay, you paid less money, go over there. That's what a lot of these practitioners are doing. So practitioners, this is why I'm talking to you, because you have to still serve these people. Okay, so I'm putting pressures on my practitioners to every now and then give a deal. You know, give some stuff away. Give your services away and help those people who are less fortunate. Now, if you want to go the route of the scaling, you know, I do have some clients who I coach inside of their business. I try to coach them to, you know, run a better business. And they actually pretty much do a sliding scale. So if you make more than, you know, X amount of money, they charge you this. If you make less than this, they charge you that. Now, I'm not going to go that far to, you know, try to scale and see how much you make and get in your business and, you know, send me your W-2s. I'm not doing all of that. What I'll do is I'll give a discount for my programs so the people who can't afford the big boy programs, they can get the same big boy program, everything that it includes, at a very, very discounted rate, and I can help you. Why? And how does that help me? Because I know, of course, everybody's thinking, well, why would you do that? Well, first of all, I'm blessed, okay? Second of all, I come from that. So I'm never going to forget that I was that young boy who had diabetes, who was 300 pounds, who had eczema, heart disease, everything, basically. I was about to die, and I couldn't afford any help. I couldn't. So I had to get it on my own, okay? And I will never forget that I was that boy who did that. And then, of course, I worked my way up, start cutting some grass, and then I hired Dr. Africa, of course. And that was to certify me and help me through what I was going through. But everybody can't do that, and everybody isn't going to do that. So, of course, I want to be mindful that, hey, you've been there. reach out, even if it's just, once a year, reach out and give, you know what I mean? So that's what I do, and that's why I'm pressuring my practitioners to do the same thing. A lot of people also don't realize that this should be done simply because the more testimonials you get, the better you look. Okay, so when people come, if more people can come in, okay, because there's a lot of people below the poverty line, if more people can come in, then guess what? Bingo. You have a more potential to get more results for more people, which then you can put that out there for more testimonials. So this is kind of how that works as well. So there's always a mutual benefit, and it should always be a mutual exchange. Never give yourself away for nothing. There should always be a mutual exchange, because people need to take it seriously. And that's the number one thing a lot of the people on the client side don't understand. Yes, this stuff can be for free, but when, kind of like anything, when something's for free, you devalue it, you don't value it at all, and then usually you don't even follow what the person's telling you to do because it was free. And then when it gets hard, you have no motivation to carry it out. Why? Because you got it for free. It didn't cost you anything. And then because it's so hard based on where you're coming from, that program's so hard, you're like, you know what, I'm not doing that. We're going to go back to this lifestyle over here. Because, I mean, I didn't lose anything. But if you're struggling, you make less than $20,000, $30,000 a year, and I charged you $150 on a discount, sliding scale. I gave you a $600 program for $150, and that's a lot to you. You're going to think twice, maybe even 3 times before you jump out. You're gonna go, wait, I spent $150 on this. I need to take this seriously, because I got to get some results from this, because I just lost $150. Okay, so this is the thing, and I know this because I've had people throw away $1,600, $2,000. I've had people throw away money, but they had it to throw away, and that's the thing. So I didn't charge them enough. Yes, and I know that sounds weird, but that's a real thing. If somebody's a millionaire, which I have trained millionaires, if I charge you $2,000, it's like 10 cents to you. Seriously, if you're a millionaire and you have $2,000 in your hand, that's like throwing away change. Many of you will give away change. That is kind of the same to them. So I needed to charge them $10,000 or $15,000, and then they get to thinking, wait a minute, that's $15,000. I could have done something with that. It was enough to get a response and to tether them. This is why many practitioners should be charging, for their services, because you need to make sure that your time is being valued, not just for you showing up and delivering, but it should be valued for, of course, them following through. Okay, so practitioners, just follow this for me. Okay, just do that. I don't care if you do it once a year, twice a year, quarterly, but reach out. And I'm saying this because I can't help everybody. And as a matter of fact, everybody doesn't want to work with me. Maybe they want to work with you, maybe, whoever. You have your own influences. So, give some back. That's what I'm trying to say. Just give something back. Okay? And people who are, going into these programs, just be mindful that we're trying to give back. Okay? So if you pay more than, Joe Blow over here, don't jump on your practitioner because they did a deal. Just make sure you understand what's going on. Okay, all right. I got a message from a guy, actually. A lot of you all know that I do walkie-talkies with my clients, basically, and all of my clients have walkie-talkie access to me. And I want to show you all just a little something, or let you listen in on a little something that one of my clients, a good long-time client that has been with me. This is something he had to say about. Because he's also a practitioner, okay? He's getting ready to do, well, he is doing his training programs, things like that. This is what he had to say about my training program, and basically how, to continue to do these things for others.
Hey guys, I know I don't check in here much, but just thought I'd chime in for a second. I've been with Tay for at least, I think, 3 months now, and the results that I've seen have been incredible. The knowledge that I've gained has been incredible. And Tay is not a con man. He's not in it to take your money. He's in it to actually make a difference, make some changes in the way that you see nutrition, in the way that we see veganism, in the way that we see the world. because what he's doing is he's taking the average trainer mentality, which is, oh, I'm going to give you this basic meal plan and cut your calories down to 1,500 and you'll see results, but you're going to totally mess up your metabolism and your hormones. He's taken that approach and he's completely flipped it towards a holistic approach. And so this amount of money, whatever you're paying, you're getting a deal. You're getting a good deal, because people like him in a practitioner setting could cost thousands of dollars just for a couple visits, and that's with insurance. And so he's giving you an amazing deal, and he's fixed a lot of health problems of mine just from whatever the amount of money it was that I paid. This man has a lot of knowledge to offer, and I just want to say, Tay, I appreciate you, man, and you taught me a lot. And it's like the knowledge that we gain through this program, we can go and teach others too. So yeah, I definitely appreciate what's being offered here. And as a grateful member of this community that he's created, I just want to chime in on that and say that if you guys stick with it, you guys follow the plan to the T, and you guys are accountable, you'll see amazing results. And this is a long-term game, so make sure you guys stick with it for a long term. And we're all in this together, so appreciate you guys.
Now that is something that it touched me a little bit. It really meant a lot for me, to hear that, because of course, Zach is to be honest with you, I said Zach, of course, Jeff. I have another guy named Zach who looks just like him. So my man Jeff is, he's a really good trainer as well. He has a really good following, and as you saw, and he still came to the group, because I have a group inside of that walkie-talkie space. He came inside the group to say that out of the kind of his heart. I didn't ask him to say that. And it meant a lot to me, because first of all, someone of his stature to come down and say that, he didn't have to do that. But this is something that I want people to know, that, especially my practitioners, I want you to know that we are here to serve. Okay. Now, of course, you need to make sure your bills are paid too. So I get it. You have to charge. And I say that for my clients, my people who are looking for a practitioner. You do not want your practitioner, your trainer, your nutritionist, your doctor, you do not want them worried about rent. I'm going to say that twice. You do not want your practitioner worried about their rent and how they're going to eat for the next day or the next month. You do not want that. Why? Because if you go in, yeah, it was cheap, but you go in and they're worried about their rent or their food, guess what? They can give a crap about you and your goals. As a matter of fact, you may go in there and talk and they're not even hearing you. Like, everything you're saying is just going in one ear and out the other. So sometimes you got to remember that. Yes, we have to pay our practitioners what they're worth. And practitioners, yes, we have to kind of come out and give back, when you can afford to. You don't want to hurt yourself. But when you can afford to, give back. So this is something that I wanted to touch on and really get going. With all of that being said, I want my YouTube audience, for those of you who are watching this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, because I will be coming back with more good stuff. All right. And for all of my practitioners out there, like I said, make sure you're doing your job and giving back. Okay. That is very important. As a community, especially veganism, okay, as a vegan community, we are very small. I think there's like 300+ million people in the United States alone. There's only like 1.5 million maybe vegans, okay? And guess what? Half of them are animal rights. So they're not even worried about their health. Many of them. Okay, I do have some of you who are animal rights, but you care about your health as well. And that's why you're here listening to me. And I love you. I love all of you. But we have to keep it real. There are some vegans that will eat this table as long as there's no animal products in it. Okay? Seriously. So we got to know that there are going to be some people who are here for their health. There are going to be some people who are here for, animal rights, agriculture, whatever. And that's totally fine. I'm not against you. Okay, don't come talking crap. I'm not talking crap to you. But I am saying that we have to be knowledgeable and know that, hey, some people are here for different reasons. So for my practitioners, know that the vegan community is very small, okay? Especially the community that cares about their health is even smaller. So we have to stick together. We have to do this thing for us. Because if we want to keep this thing going up, if we want people making more products for us, we need to make sure we stay strong together and we continue to grow in numbers so that people will come and make products, more products for us. That people will be mindful of what we want, okay? If we're a big enough force and we voice an opinion and say, hey, this is what we want, people will listen because we're big enough and we can create a demand. If we don't stick together, whether it's a practitioner or whether it's somebody who just needs help from a practitioner, if we don't stick together, then guess what? We lose. That's a real thing, okay? So you heard the divided we fall. It's a real thing, all right? If you divide up, you will fall. So we got to stick together. We got to take care of each other. And that's why I do these videos. That's why I do all the stuff I do on Instagram. That's why I do all the stuff I do on YouTube, all of that good stuff. I do this because I'm here to help, okay? For the most part, I want to do all of this free so you can just go and watch and learn for yourself, okay? Now, of course, if you need me, you need my guidance, my help, of course, you can come into my program. I'd love to have you. And for those of you who are interested and wondering, where the heck do I go? I'll put a link below. For those of you who are listening right now, I am thevegantrainer.com. Just go. I tell people all the time, just stalk me there, see what you see, look around, read everything, just become familiar with me, okay? For those of you who are wondering, where did I get this We Good t-shirt? This is my t-shirt. I will be having these up pretty soon, just to represent the the podcast, because a lot of you have been asking, when can I get some t-shirts, because I want to support you. So I will have t-shirts going up on IamTheVeganTrainer.com pretty soon, but that's not really my focus right now. I just want to make sure I'm getting this information out to you all. So I hope everybody enjoyed. Of course, I'm going to be pumping out more and more podcasts, maybe 3, 4, 5 times a week. Okay, I want you all to really have something to listen to outside of all the other mumbo jumbo. All right. So if anybody has any questions, just email me, hit me up. Outside of that, I want you to remember that you too have the right to eat yourself to death or to life. All right. So choose wisely and make sure that it's something that you want to do. Because like I teach my clients, every day, you're either taking a step closer to your goal or further away from your goal. Which means if your goal is to live longer, every day, your choices are either getting you closer to living longer or the things you're doing are getting you further away from living longer, i.e. dying sooner. Okay? So I want to put that in your head, let you sleep on that for a couple days, because this stuff is real. All right. My name is Tay Sweat. I'm your host of the podcast We Good. All right. Remember, next time somebody asks you, where do you get your protein? Where do you get your B12? Look them in the face and tell them, don't worry about me. We good. I'm out.